Or if you are a new or existing business that wants potential new customers to be aware of your products, well, why not advertise on LNSO Radio, where you can increase your sales? We are an internet radio station with a difference, with over 20 years of experience. So if you want to advertise or sponsor one of the radio shows, why not call us on 07956 533 907. That's 07956 533 907. We offer competitively priced and cost-effective solutions for your business to reach out to potentially new customers. Whether your company is big or small, we cater for your company needs. If you would like a quote, the number once again is 07956 533 907. LNSO Radio, we love Neo Soul, is a station that delivers for you.
Ellen Soul Radio,
the internet radio station where Neo Soul lives.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Andre, and you are about to bear witness to another hot topic. The sort of discussion which can be found in many black barbershops in and around London, heavy on opinion, passion, and banter. Welcome to the Juxtaposition Debate. And with me today, my co-defendant. Easy.
Hi, everybody. I hope you've had a stressless week.
Indeed. And the oh so wonderful
Roxanne. Good evening, JXP family.
So, listeners, you should know the drill by now. Easy and I will have a quick chat on whatever comes to mind. That will be followed by Roxanne reading a few shout-outs. And we will then go to a quick break, and when we return, we will discuss the topic of the day. That will take us to the closing stages of the program, whereby Easy and I will share our final thoughts on the subject before calling it a night. So, Easy.
Yeah.
Your views on the news.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are we sitting comfortably?
Story time.
Of course. I shall begin.
Good.
So let's go back to what I love. I love dogging our men.
You love dogging?
No, I don't love dogging.
Another program
I need, a late night. Don't even. Okay. So it starts with the line, honesty is key in any solid relationship.
Of course.
Yep.
But there are some things which are better left unsaid. Mm-hmm. So this bloke, for example, okay, he noticed that his wife had gained a couple of pounds. She gained some weight lately.
Okay.
So as a birthday gift, he surprised her with a dress.
Yeah, go ahead.
Was a couple of sizes too small.
Subtle hint right there.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
An honest mistake.
Okay. So, but he put it on TikTok as well.
Oh.
So he says, he put a note to it saying that I'm really looking forward to seeing you in this. Okay. Because he's thinking he's going to motivate her.
Yeah.
So anyway, she hit him back with a really little revenge. So he's coming from work, and he finds a pack of condoms. And when he pops them, they're way too big for him. And it had a note in it.
Yeah, saying,
I'm really looking forward to seeing you in these.
Dear. Should have climbed in.
Okay, and the video was seen, was it 2 million times? Yeah.
Video? What video?
Put it on TikTok.
Of him sitting in his car telling the story. 2.5 million people have watched it.
Oh. Yep. The video of him putting it on.
Oh.
No. Only you would watch that one, though. Okay, so my next one. Okay. This one's aimed at women.
Oh, living on the edge, easy, living on the edge.
Yeah, you know, you got to jump between the two, haven't you?
Coming over to the dark side, are you?
And so a woman blasted her date. She went on a date, okay, and she blasted him because he bought water after they went out for a slap-up meal.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
He bought water. She was expecting champers.
Oh no, but he said he bought it after the meal, not during the meal.
No. Well, yeah. It says here, says navigating the world of dating can be tricky, and a meal is usually seen as a safe bet. But one woman did not like the fact that her man didn't pull out all the stops. Rather than ordering champagne or cocktails, he settled on sensible, budget-friendly water, which didn't go down too well.
Oh, this is at the actual meal itself.
The woman snubbed his efforts to woo her after the pair headed out for burgers and fries. No, hold a second. No, don't forget, Roxanne. You do have these gourmet burgers, don't they?
Yeah, some burgers are expensive, yes.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you have burger. Yeah, what's it called? Byron's, and you got handmade burger. So anyway,
price burgers were out there.
Exactly. So she tweeted a photo of their romantic dinner with a glass of water with ice and straw visible in the shop.
Oh.
The unimpressed woman wrote, "You know he's broke when he buys you water."
Yeah.
Anyway, he replied when he saw the photo.
All right.
He said, you know you're broke when you depend on someone else to pay for your meal.
Touché, pussycat. Yeah.
Anyway, it was up on Reddit. It was put up on Reddit, and obviously people had their go.
Yeah.
Yep, and you have people shouting out, "What's wrong with water?" I always get water with a meal. Mm-hmm. I get water with a meal. Even I get water with a meal. But...
You hear that, women? So, he's just laying out his cards right now. Right? I get water with a meal. You get water with a meal.
You need to go look at the salad bar. I'm joking. Well, some people have said that he should have just taken it to Starbucks.
Starbucks, okay.
Yes. Yeah. And lastly, where are you? Come on, where are you?
But yeah, what kind of so that was all going on while they were sitting at the table?
So he must have got up and gone to the toilet, and she's taking photographs and selling them all over the place and telling.
Exactly. But he's putting it while he was at the table as well.
And saying that he's cheap.
So how's that worded? So that means it's a first date or whatever, and they're sitting down, but they both put their phones out as well.
But people do that nowadays.
All right. Okay.
There is the art of conversation at a dinner is dead.
Yeah.
Oh, Roxanne, you find that as well? Huh?
Yeah.
What is it people do nowadays?
And he's got out his phone and he's chatting on the phone, is he?
I haven't been on a date in a long time.
Okay. Would you like to go on a date?
I'd love to go on a date.
Oh, okay. All right. We're sorry. Sorry. You still here?
Yeah. But she didn't say with you. She never once said that. You're thinking but she never said that. Yeah. It wasn't clarified. So,
you know me too well, Easy.
So the last one is, a scorned girlfriend discovered her boyfriend was cheating.
Oh.
So she decided to decorate his room with all of the messages that she'd found.
Okay, creative.
Yep. The woman says she found the messages of her ex. Her ex was sending out, not to one, not two, but 3 different women.
3 times the lady.
So after he cheated, before she decided this was the last straw, so she broke up with him in the best possible way. Okay, again, TikTok.
Best possible way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she gathered all the evidence she could find, and she decided to wallpaper his whole room with all of the messages to these 3 women. She painstakingly printed off screen grabs of all the messages and headed to the store for super glue. Then spent the next few hours given him a very personal wall feature.
Oh dear.
Okay, she said it took her 2 hours to super glue all the proof to his wall, but I thought it's definitely worth it. Here's the end. Here's the end result. I'm going to say, I like what you've done with the place. Right? Sorry, I like what you've done with the place.
Really?
And she also said she was going to make sure that she buys him a mirror because he probably won't be able to look at himself after this.
Ooh.
I know, yeah.
Final cut. Final cut.
Yep. Okay. So she decided not to be there when he discovered it, but he's been trying to contact her, and she's blocked him from everything.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And again, more than 7 million people watched her revenge makeover.
Oh, she filmed herself wallpapering.
Oh yeah, got the pictures here. Yeah.
I think got time in there.
Exactly. Some people got it's lockdown, isn't it? So I guess she must be on furlough. She must be on furlough. Anyway, that's me.
All right. Okay. I've just got the one. Not quite sure how this is going to go down, but anyway, let's do this. After 37 years of marriage, Jake dumped his wife for his young secretary. Sorry, what I said?
Didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry. His new girlfriend demanded that they live in Jake and Edith's multi-million-dollar home. Since Jake had better lawyers, he prevailed. He gave Edith, his now ex-wife, just 3 days to move out. She spent the first day packing her belongings into boxes and crates. On the second day, she had 2 movers come and collect her things. On the third day, she sat down for the last time in their beautiful dining room table by candlelight, put on some soft background music, and feasted on a pound of shrimp, a jar of caviar, and a bottle of Chardonnay.
Mm-hmm.
When she had finished, she went into each and every room and stuffed half-eaten shrimp shells, dipped in caviar, into the hollow of all the curtain rods. She then cleaned up the kitchen and left. When Jake returned with his new girlfriend, all was bliss for the first few days. Then slowly the house began to smell.
Oh no.
As it would. They tried everything, cleaning, mopping, and airing the place out. Vents were checked for dead rodents and carpets were cleaned. Air fresheners were hung everywhere. Exterminators were brought in to set off gas canisters, during which they had to move out for a few days. And in the end, they even replaced the expensive wool carpeting. Nothing worked. People stopped coming over to visit, repairmen refused to work in the house, the maid quit. Finally, they could not take the stench any longer and they decided to move. A month later, even though they had cut their price in half, they could not find a buyer for the stinky house. Word got out, and eventually even the local realtors refused to return their calls. Finally, they had to borrow a huge sum of money from the bank to purchase a new place.
What happened to
Edith called Jake and asked how things were going. He told her the saga of the rotting house. She listened politely and asked that and said that she missed her old home terribly and would be willing to reduce her divorce settlement in exchange for getting the house back. Knowing his ex-wife had no idea how bad the smell was, he agreed on a price that was about 1/10 of what the house had been worth.
Oh gosh.
But only if she would sign the papers that very day. She agreed, and within the hour, his lawyers delivered the paperwork. A week later, Jake and his girlfriend stood smiling as they watched the moving company pack everything to take to their new home, including the curtain rods.
Okay, yeah, good.
I'm sure there's a moral in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Not sure what it is.
Did you? I heard about it was to do with the bank with regards to something like this.
Mhm.
The guy took revenge on his bank.
How do you take revenge on a bank of all people?
Right. So he got a safety deposit box,
Yeah.
and he put fish and eggs in it.
Oh, and
And
they left
left
it.
it because a bank can't open it.
Yeah, that's right.
A bank cannot open it.
Oh,
That's
And
interesting.
this place was apparently the strong one was rotting,
Oh, that's interesting.
and they could not open. They could not open
Yeah.
any of the boxes, not one. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was. I myself thought that was. I thought it was rather.
Yeah,
silly.
yeah, I like that. Makes me want
Yeah.
to go. Yeah, I like that.
Well, open a safety deposit box. just for that.
Yeah, I like that though.
I was going to say, I'd date you after that.
Oh. See, they love the bad boys. You see.
Innit? Until you become a bad boy.
Wait, what you got in your safety deposit box?
Oh,
Fish and eggs.
That's all I have in it. Stinky eggs.
Yeah, and
Oh dear. All right. So, yeah, Roxanne, any shout outs?
Of course.
Oh.
This is the feedback from last week's show on Harry and Meghan versus the royal family.
All right.
As always, I'm going to start the shout outs by saying hi to Viv, sending you all of our love and well wishes.
Quite right.
absolutely.
Yep. Let's fair in. You got a minute, Roxanne?
Of course.
Yep. I think we should make this a routine. Hey, that's for you, Viv. Get Wilson.
Absolutely.
Well, well, what can I say? Juxtaposition has done it again. Great debate team. Please don't mention my name, Roxy. Well, team, what a pleasant surprise to have a first female guest, Sunny, in the house.
In the house.
Sorry.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine if Sunny and Mario is in the building at the same time?
Yeah.
All I can
Security.
All I can say is that the Royal Institute lacks empathy to outsiders. And that's from the man that has no name.
Huh? Innit?
Theodore.
Oh, Theodore. I thought you could say something
Theodore.
like Flint.
If we ask him to say his name.
Yeah. Flint Westwood.
Yeah, we have to get a jingle for Theo. He's on quite a lot.
We do need to.
Yeah. Okay.
We knew where tonight's show was going before it started. Harry and Meghan made huge wallabies of themselves. They are not big enough in the world of marsupials to be called kangas, in my opinion.
Ooh.
I couldn't get to grips with who you were supporting, but we all love your rapport here in New Zealand and prefer it when you are tearing a strip off each other. And that's from Linda in New Zealand.
Yeah, see, that was one of the few where we weren't really against either of us. We weren't really against each other.
No. Yeah, that was just a chat, wasn't it? It was just a chat. We couldn't debate because
our views.
yeah, exactly, because our views are more or less the same on it. I mean, you know, she wants. I should actually start up a little online company and sell slaps via Amazon or something. Because Meghan definitely wants one. She definitely needs to get one. I send her. You know, should get as gratis.
Oh dear.
Come on, guys. There are better topics to discuss than the disaster of a family.
Ooh.
Sorry, than that disaster of a family.
Ow,
Canada is a Commonwealth country, but it doesn't mean we have to like the royals. That's from Sandra, ex of Chelsea.
Chelsea.
From Chelsea.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
used to live in Chelsea before she moved to Canada.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jennifer
Chelsea, you know.
Block says, Becky in Windsor writes, well, what happened to the FB Live? We missed half the show having to change back to internet listening. Yeah, we had a technical issue last week. Hopefully it's all sorted now though, guys.
Indeed.
Hey guys, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Give the Facebook Live a miss. It's rubbish. And did anyone else get buzzing last part of the show? That's from Fiona in Belfast.
No, Fiona.
Fiona, you were smoking weed while we're on live.
Okay, that's it. We can't indulge during the program.
Puff, puff, give. Puff, puff, pass.
Do it. It was buzzing, you know.
Yeah. Hi.
We enjoyed tonight's show. We've been following this story all week and it was a good topic, but hope we have heard the last of it now. Why not give Roxanne or Tracy a microphone on the show to take you two on? And that's from Annette on behalf of the Knitting Lounge.
They don't want her, Annette. They don't want her. They don't want her.
Annette, why don't you come on? Why don't you come on?
Yeah, that's the point.
You're putting people forward.
Missed most of your show, guys, having to switch from Facebook Live as it didn't start at 6 p.m. Then when it did start, we had to switch back after 40 minutes as it stopped. Like Brian said, what's going on? And that's from Donna in Vauxhall.
Yeah, that was Marvin Gaye that said what's going on, didn't it?
Sorry?
Marvin Gaye said what's going on.
Yeah, you couldn't get to it either.
Donna, you got that wrong, girl. You got that wrong.
A lot of gristle there for you guys to chew on tonight. Well done, but let's hope this scandal is put to bed sooner rather than later. And that's from Gerard in Montreal.
Why do you keep saying his name like that?
Yeah.
She was not Gerald.
Yeah, innit?
It's got a little hyphen over the E.
I thought you just missed out on the L.
And that's it from me.
Alrighty.
Hyphen over the E.
Is it? Yeah.
Is that
okay,
again? Go on.
Okay, what's that flapping in the wind? Let's go to a commercial break, shall we?
Can a guy really just be friends with a woman? Are men only as faithful as their options? Is the higher than ever divorce rate a byproduct of women's newfound independence? Find out our views to this and many other questions on the Juxtaposition Debate Show, because there are two sides to every story.
Alrighty then. Okay, so we're about to open the phone lines.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your referee for the day. I want a nice, clean debate. Protect yourselves at all times. And remember, no whinging, no whining, no sighing, no crying. And today's topic is, should the police be allowed to stop and search?
Roxanne. So where were we? Oh yeah. Should the police be allowed to stop and search? So yeah, listeners, what do you think? Call, text, or WhatsApp us on 07493 976 396. Alternatively, email the gxpdebate@gmail.com or drop a comment on Facebook at www.lnsoulradio.com, Facebook Live. Yeah, so easy. Should the police be allowed to stop and search? Okay, since it's a bit silent there, let me just quickly say I'm expecting this debate at some stage to take a left turn and become a discussion about race, to be honest. So yeah, now we have listeners from both sides of the spectrum. So I'm hoping we can have a growing debate without anyone feeling hurt, angry, or upset by whatever is said today. Because that's what we do here. We discuss the sensitive topics others may wish to shy away from. So yeah, with that said, let's get it on.
Another Marvin Gaye.
What's that?
In it.
Yeah. So yes, do you want to start easy or shall I?
No, you start because I know my thought already.
Oh, do you? Okay, so I think that should the police be allowed to stop a search? No, I don't.
Why?
So let me start as always by asking questions.
Here we go.
Yeah, you gotta earn your time here, mate. First question is, what's the purpose of stop and search? Because obviously we've got to define what the purpose is before we decide whether or not they should even be doing it. So easy.
I would say
Stop and searches.
I would say the stop and search is a tool used to prevent crime.
Okay, that's very broadly put, but yeah, it says, I've looked this up, the primary purpose of stop and search powers is to enable officers to ease or confirm suspicion about individuals without exercising their power of arrest.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Alrighty, all right, so then my second question would be, when should stop and search be used? Because obviously these are the questions I think we would need to think about before we decide whether or not they should be used by anyone, let alone police.
When should stop and search be used?
The answer is whenever police feel like it, and I'm sure that can't be the answer.
That could, to some officers, I guess it is the answer. But
to some,
well, the police will tell you that it's when they see somebody acting suspiciously.
Okay.
But I think other factors come into that as well. But that's my answer.
Okay. Well, yeah, it says the official answer is if they have reasonable grounds to suspect that the person is carrying drugs, weapons, stolen property, or something which could be used to commit a crime.
That's correct. Yeah, and the the commencement of a crime. Yeah.
Okay. So again, as always, that leads to another question, and obviously that question is, what is reasonable grounds?
That depends upon. I mean,
yes.
That again, see that depends upon the officer.
Well, think about it.
It shouldn't do. Yeah, but then again, you're talking about a fair society, which is a fallacy. There is not a fair society.
There's not a what?
There's not a fair society.
A fair society.
Yeah, you're talking about you're talking about a situation whereby if everything was, how can we say, everything was equal.
Okay, so before we go any further, let me just ask the question then. Do you think that the police should or should not be given the stop and search?
I think they do. And with regards to particular things, look, stop and search has been around for how long?
Don't know.
190 years. 190 years.
Okay.
Okay. It was initially a Vagrancy Act. Okay. And then it was switched up and flipped and changed and what have you over the years. And when you and I, the likes of you and I and people our age came across it, it was when it was.
Was it retailers specifically for us?
You could actually say that. You could actually say that it was. It was over policing. The police force was. How can you best say?
Yeah, I could, but I don't think I could use those.
Not sensitive to a young urbanite's point of view.
So diplomatic, isn't it? Not sensitive to a young urbanite point of view.
Yeah.
You what, mate? What did you just say? In layman's terms.
The what?
It didn't give a monkeys about
No, they
about
didn't
the
give
younger generation
about people of color.
yeah, and how we felt.
Yeah, and yes, and how we felt about it. Yes, as far as they're concerned, every young black man was a criminal. I got stopped numerous times. I got stopped going to work one Sunday morning.
Where do you think you're going, son? To work, officer?
No, he actually asked me. It was the thing is, it was you. Do you remember back in the day? It was a young police officer and an old police officer.
Yeah.
Right. So the young police officer being the young buck and whatever.
Yeah, of
so
course.
he says, "Where are you coming from?" And me being a smart mouth, I just went, "I'm coming from your mother's."
Ooh.
Now, he didn't take to that for some reason. I can't think why. But my man leapt out the car and braced up against the wall. And his older colleague had to pull him off me.
Oh, please.
Yeah. And they practically
Happy days.
But the thing is, then I would say that back then, 9 times out of 10, we weren't doing anything wrong. We weren't doing anything wrong.
That's the point. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
that's the problem right there.
But okay, now let's fast forward to today.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we have knife crime in abundance, and it's not just London; it's up here as well in Scotland. Okay, it's in abundance.
So up there in Scotland, are they stopping?
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
more white people. Willy-nilly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I must admit, I'm actually quite cool with that because the fact that I don't get stopped at all. I go about my business.
Why don't you get something?
I said no, because I couldn't. Because the crimes committed with regards to knife crime or what have you are done by Scottish people, white Scottish people. The majority of the crime. Like I said to you before, there's only maybe 15, 20 of us up here.
Okay.
I'm joking, by the way. I'm joking.
Oh, I thought you were going to be serious. I don't know.
Oh, good grief. Yeah, it's a busload. That's about it. All right, you finished? But no, the thing with it now is the fact that it's a different circumstance. We don't have the police doing a job of prevention. It's reaction. When you see the police in full force out in the street, it's usually after someone's been stabbed or murdered. Okay, and they cordon off the area and they just flood the place with blue.
No, you get one policeman that walk up to you and ask you for your name or something, and you say to him no. And I'm pretty sure within 3 minutes you're going to get another 9, 10 police there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because as 9 times out of 10, they think that that's the wrong answer. And where the young black guys are being belligerent when basically they may just be asserting their rights.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying, those are the problems right there. I mean, you just said it. You started off by saying that nothing's fair. The police aren't fair.
No, I said life is not fair. The police definitely aren't fair.
All right, the police are definitely not fair, and yet you think it would be in someone's interest to give them the right to stop people as and when they please.
With regards to, look. The thing is,
admit that the way they're doing things is unfair and incorrect.
The thing is, knife crime, okay, is messing with our community. Okay, the thing is, right. We all grew up. We hated the police. We loathed the police. Nothing but disdain for the police. Guess what? When you had something done to you, who'd you call? The police. The same police you hate. Okay, the same police you hate. And the thing is, we may curse them and cuss them and tell them about themselves and yada, yada, yada. But guess what? Okay, none of us would do their job. None of us would do their job. Why? Why wouldn't we do it? We don't police our own area, but we don't want them to do it either.
No, the reason why I wouldn't do the job is because, even though I'm jumping the gun here because I was going to get to it, But to join the police force would mean I would no longer be able to be myself. I would have to conform to the, I don't know what the term is, the structure of the policing. And we know it's a predominantly white, I don't know, what's it, white what group? It's a white structure with a white mindset. It'd be very difficult to assimilate in there and still be who you wish to be. I mean, you probably have to take some banter regarding name calling and stuff like that, which is banter to them, but may not be banter to you or me. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, and that still probably goes on right now. Oh, Roxanne.
I do.
You should send it to me.
I've got a message from Sonny.
Oh.
And it reads, This was called the Sus circa 1975. My brother was 17 and stopped and searched because his friend looked suspicious. He was arrested for resisting being searched and released with no charge 12 hours later. This happened all because the police didn't like the look of his friend. The stress this caused my mum and our family was immeasurable. My brother had never committed a crime, nor had he ever been in trouble with the law. This just leads to mistrust of the police. Easy, you're speaking with an aged head on your shoulders. The youth of today don't appreciate the police the way you do.
Way to go, Sonny.
Yes.
I concur. I think.
I got stopped by the police and locked up.
There you go.
Or sat in a cell.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Or and beaten up by the police.
Yeah.
The first time I was ever called a black bee, it was the police.
Okay.
It was the police, and that was outside my mum's front door. You know, yeah.
This reminds me of they say that I'm probably treading on thin ground here. When like somebody's abused.
What are you talking about? Stockholm syndrome.
That's it. Well done, Stockholm syndrome. So I fear, Easy, that you might be going through the same thing.
Are you serious? Are you?
I fear you were going. You just told me how they whooped your ass, and now you're telling me how you love them, and you wanted to have full control, and you wanted to stop other youths younger than you and whoop their ass too.
And my mum beat my ass, and guess what? I love her. Trust me.
Yeah, that's Stockholm syndrome too, bro. What you want, but yeah.
No, it's no. Look, dare I say it? Young, do we fully understand the situation? I think again, then when we grew up, it was a different time. It was different. It was different time. Well, no, I'm saying, look, did we?
Like our parents thought when the teachers were slapping us around, they thought that the teachers were right and we were wrong because they're grown-ups and we're not. So now we're grown now. We think the police are right and our own black kids are wrong.
Okay, were
original.
Were our parents wrong in that thought?
They were. Yes, they were. No. They were wrong. The teachers, as always, we're going off the subject, but teachers took liberties at school, Easy.
Yeah.
And they did things. They did things which I'm pretty sure you wouldn't put up with happening to your kids.
No, okay, but
right. I know. Your side is that we were out of order ourselves, and we were.
And we were. Thank you. And we were.
But the things that I could tell you some. Cricket bats, sort of cricket bats and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't that going a bit too far?
That is, yeah, that was.
Right,
but guess what? Guess what? It happened. That's just it. It's
sure
done.
did.
It's happened. It won't happen now. It could never happen now.
Well, it's the same thing with the police. Just because police have been stopping and searching for years, that doesn't mean it's okay. Just because we went through it, that doesn't mean it's okay. Just because we may have not have been as well behaved as we should have been, that still doesn't make it right. They're still stopping youngsters for no reason. And I've seen videos. You don't have to go on YouTube to see the videos.
I've seen the
And
videos.
what's the thing is, I'm talking about kids now who look like they're 12, 13, those sort of ages, and they're pushing them up against the wall. They're handcuffing them. They're not going through the proper procedures, asking them their names and their details about them that they shouldn't be asking without parents being around. They're taking some liberties. They've got powers, and they're abusing the powers.
So
and like you said,
what's to be done? What's to be done? What's to be done? How are the police to do their job? Because like I said, no one else is going to do it. How are they to do their job?
Please, well, we can come to that. There are. Let me say, there's no one else is going to do it. You could argue that the parents can do some things. So, but we can get onto that. But right now, we're talking about.
Okay, sorry? Like you're going like what?
Right. Sorry.
What's the parents supposed to be doing? What they should be doing? What is it they should be doing? What our parents done?
Oh, okay. Well, if you right off the top of my head, what should a parent be doing? If you've got a child and your child is still going to school, and your child is getting low grades, then you should be working with that child for those grades to be higher. If you've got a child and he's getting low grades, and of an evening after school or whatever, you don't know where he is, then as a parent, there's things that you should be doing that you're not doing. Okay,
I agree with that.
Right, so that's just the tip of the iceberg, but that alone would make a huge difference. But that's see, we're going to the subject because we should be talking about police and whether or not they should have the right to stop and search.
Yeah,
now,
I think it does. This is part of the situation.
Second,
I think what you're saying is part of the situation.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
We're not going off topic. We're not going off topic.
All right, no, only in the sense that I'm talking about why police shouldn't have the rights to stop and search, because even though in theory it's sound,
as
like
always,
you said, they are not fair. They're not doing the job fairly, and because they're not doing the job fairly, that's why they should not be allowed to do it. Let me just read you some more stuff I got here. I asked a question. Does stop and search work? Oh, did I ask a question? Yeah, does stop and search work? Now, I've read so much that says it doesn't. It has been proven that stop and search powers are constantly being used disproportionately against Black and Asian communities in England. I'm assuming you already know that.
I know that. Yeah.
Right. And still, you're happy with that, yeah?
But
you're happy
is that we're talking about in particular areas?
I'm just talking about, I don't know. I guess in areas where there's Black people, I'm talking about.
Okay,
yeah, but it's not gonna be easy to do that in areas where there's no Black people. So yeah. You are 8.5 times more likely to be stopped and searched if you're Black than if you're white. If you're Asian, around 2.5. So what does that mean? It means the police are not stopping and searching in the way, they're not using it in the way that they're supposed to. That's what it means. If you have reasonable grounds to suspect that you're carrying drugs, weapons, stolen property or something, that's when they're supposed to be using it. But obviously they're not doing that.
No, they're doing, isn't it? Don't they have quotas to fill?
Well, I don't know.
I think it is. Yeah, it could well be. I'm not sure. The thing
Imagine that what you're just saying. This is what you're saying. So if they're stopping people based on filling quotas, bro, there's a big problem.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're talking about it. I'm talking about it in relation to what's happening with regards to knife crime.
See, so you know what that is. That's just like when you live with your parents or whatever, and your mum's across the road. You see her, the ice cream van comes. You rush across that road. Car slams on that brake. You nearly got knocked down. What does your mum do?
Beat you.
She rushes over, grabs you, hugs you, and then starts dropping licks in you.
Hug.
Well, hug with a bear hug so you can't run. And then starts dropping licks in you. Well, this is a similar thing here. Because you're saying that people are dying by the knife. Your answer is, even though you know that it's wrong, this is something that we should be doing. They should be doing, even though you know that.
So I'll come back to the question again: what can be done? What should the police do? What should we do?
Well, I just told you. You go back to it again. I just told you one thing that we should do. I just told you, which make a huge difference. What should they do? They should be a lot more fair in what they're doing. So again,
I totally agree.
Yeah, but
I totally agree.
But when it's clear that they're not, if I give you a job to do, and you don't do that job in the way it needs to be done, and I have a chat with you, and then you do it again, and you don't do it right again, at some stage, I have to take that job from you. Otherwise, it becomes my fault.
Yeah.
I give you a job that you, for whatever reason, you clearly can't do. Well, it's the same thing with the police. If they can't do stop and search in the way that they're supposed to do, then they're not supposed to be given the right to do that. It doesn't make sense to me that they're doing a job where everyone knows they're not doing it the way they're supposed to do it, and yet still we're letting them do it. And on top of that, which I'm going to get to, there is a huge question as to whether or not stop and search actually works. You want to read a message out, Roxanne? Roxanne! Turn it down.
Okay. It's not just there it's not just there or in the USA. Here in New Zealand, those of us who are of Maori descent, be it men or women, get stopped and questioned and lifted all the time. Over the last 20 years, the police force has doubled its intake of Maori police officers, basically to try to bring some order to the streets. I got put in a cell for carrying a box of eggs from the supermarket in my hands and not in the supermarket shopper. They thought I had stolen them. Wow. They never went to the supermarket to ask there. There were no questions asked. And that's from Linda in New Zealand.
Yeah, that. It's all over the world, mate, as well we know. Yeah. So again, easy. And you still think that, we should just let the police continue doing what they're doing. Not to mention, I don't know, again, if you see some videos and see how it affects some kids. I saw some videos where they were stopping and handcuffing little black boys at the age of 12 and 13. And you can see on the one hand, they're angry. On the other hand, they're frightened. On the other hand, they're upset. But not more importantly, but another thing the relationship that they're going to have with the police in the future, it's not going to be in a good one.
Listen, the thing is, we all grew up with the fact that we fear the police. That was instilled in us. That was instilled in us, the fear of the police.
Well, was it fear? Or hatred?
Fear, hatred. For me, two sides of the same coin.
I don't know about fear.
You didn't fear the police?
Well,
and that is something that I think a lot of young people don't do. They don't fear the police. Or I see. The thing is, I understand what you're saying with regards to the unfair. Of course, it is definitely unfair. I mean, it hasn't stopped. The unfairness hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
Okay.
But nevertheless, you're happy for it to continue.
It needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed. Okay, but I have no idea what it will take for it to be addressed.
So, do you think it works
within the police force itself? I have no idea how it will. What it will take.
Well, I think what's her name? The lady from New Zealand has the way forward that more people of color, minority, more BAME people will have to join the police force, but that's not going to be sufficient for probably our lifetime, mate.
No.
But
Silent Assassin says, the youth of today need to be informed of their basic legal rights. The youth of today need to learn how to communicate appropriately when stopped. She also then goes on to say, stop and search could be an effective tool if this method was/is distributed equally throughout society.
Yeah.
No, hold on. See more.
No, that's it.
No, for it to be effective, it's not about the information being distributed throughout society. For it to be effective, police have to use it correctly. That's what makes it effective. If you just stop people willy-nilly, or worse, you use it as some sort of tool to hassle people and control people, as happened with our Maori friend, then no matter what information you give out to the public, it's not going to be beneficial. The only way it can be beneficial if the people who have the power use it properly. That's the only way. And at the moment, that's not happening. So yeah, and then, so back to my big question, does stop and search work? I've got here, Home Office study.
Right, Sunny says, I have a question. Is stop and search a thing now? Is it in effect because I didn't think it was?
Yeah.
Is it about to be brought back in?
Yes, yeah, I'll tell you further down the line. They know that they're actually talking about, at the moment, it used to be suspect under stealing.
Yep.
Now
That's
it's,
right, yeah.
now it's stop and search. But they're talking about, in areas, giving the police the right to stop and search without having cause.
They did it already.
Are they doing it already?
Yeah, they're doing it
Oh,
already.
they do it already. Yeah,
They
they
do
do
it
it already.
They do it already, yeah.
But imagine if you're telling them you can, then you can't even look in a policeman's direction then. But that cannot be right. Anyway, yeah, does stop and search work? Home Office studies on the effectiveness of stop and search estimate that searches reduce the number of disruptable crime by just 0.2%. So not 1%, not 0%, not 0.5%, 0.2%. It also found that while a very high proportion of stop and searches were carried out on the basis of suspicion of possession of drugs, it was unlikely that searches made a substantial contribution to undermining drug-related crime, given that drug searches tend to focus on users rather than dealers and cannabis rather than Class A drugs. Its contribution to this aspect of crime reduction is questionable at best. So again, you're hassling a lot of people. In some cases, you're giving them criminal records because they might have some cannabis on them, but you're not really doing anything
to
right.
address the drug situation.
Right. So what are you doing then? You're just hassling the people on the road. That's all you're doing.
So basically, yeah, they're just going through the motions then.
Well, that's my point.
In other words, they're probably just going through the motions.
Right, then they may as well not be doing it then.
Okay, so let's come back to the thing that is, head and shoulders above everything else at the minute: knife crime. People walking with knives for protection.
So
from other.
Did you ever walk with a weapon?
No, I didn't walk with a weapon. I was the weapon. Hear me. Hear me. No, I didn't walk with a weapon.
Okay.
Hey guys, from the mouths of babes, my young teenage son says this is a teenage thing, not a race thing. As Easy said, in Scotland, the white people are stopped. So is it a race thing there too? Our opinion here is that it can also be a classist thing. You look less privileged than most, so you must be a suspect. And that's from Devil in Disguise.
Okay, DD. Should we play this? I have to play. But yeah, I hear that, and to some extent, I would concur that it is a class thing.
Heard that in a while.
With that, obviously, is that especially in London, the high majority of working class will be black people, and not only that. Let's not forget. Again, we're moving slightly off, but I'll talk about it later on. But we know that, for instance, if a black person and a white person goes to court for the same crime,
yep, disproportionately, yep,
right. So the same thing. If you're, and again, I've got the notes here, so we can go back to it later on. But if you're a drug dealer and you're black, and you're a drug dealer and you're white, you get a longer sentence if you're black. Those are known facts.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
Right. So I understand what Devil in Disguise is saying, but the reality is, whether we want to admit it or not, or try to say that we've evolved, the reality is that the color of your skin is still an issue. It still determines to some extent how you're treated, not just by the police, not just even by the law, but in society itself. Would you disagree with that, Easy, or would you agree with that?
I agree.
Yeah. So that again is my point. Then, so you've got the police who have the powers to stop indiscriminately. They're supposed to have certain criterias, but they don't bother with those criterias. They just see you. They don't like the way you look or the way you dress or whatever reason, and they stop you.
That's what happened with us.
Yeah, but
You know,
my point. But then it's not doing its job. Then it's not doing its job. So then
No,
and then they'll say, "Oh, have you got any drugs?" No, well, let's search.
but I come back to it again. What is supposed to be done? What, like Silent Assassin said, and like what's her name? DD, Devil in Disguise. Yeah. Well, they said, okay, if it's done effectively or done properly,
Yes.
would we be having this discussion?
No.
Would we be having this chat? The problem is it's not being done properly. So what
That's
do we
right.
do? What do we do?
Well,
But
maybe
besides-
we take it away from them, and once they know how to use it properly, if my child's got a toy or something and he doesn't know how to use it, I don't just leave him with it. Either I teach him how to use it or I take it away from him until he's old enough to be able to use it. What I don't do is leave him with it.
In America, they're talking about defunding the police, and people have been asking the same thing here. Should that happen?
I'm not sure about defunding the police. I'm not sure about that, bro. I'm not saying we don't need the police. We just need them to do their job properly. We need the police. Defunding them, I don't see how that's going to resolve it. We just need to.
So the issue
is what we need to do. First and foremost, the police need to be made accountable for their actions. If they don't conduct themselves in the way they're supposed to be, then but instead that's not what happens. Instead, they close ranks and they try to cover each other up as any gang does.
They'll tell you, and they're the biggest gang, and they're the biggest gang.
Yes.
Yeah,
And that's the problem.
they'll say, oh, a few, what's it called? A few bad apples.
Yeah.
But then, a few bad apples in a barrel.
That's exactly what knife crime is with black kids. It's just a few bad apples. Don't think because we hear about it every day that it's every black youth or it's a majority of black kids. It isn't. But we don't hear about the good ones. So yeah, we only hear about bad ones. So yeah, even we start to think.
But then again, that's something. Now you see, I would say that's the press.
Yeah, it is the press. It is the press.
That's the press doing that. The press.
Yes, it is.
Like, I don't call them journalists. They're storytellers.
Yeah,
and the more sensational the story is, the more back in the day, the more papers they would sell. So if a black guy stabbed one person, if he actually did stab one person, they would say, oh yeah, shot the place up. Yeah, exactly.
Black and black crime things.
Well, black and black. There's no such thing as black and black crime. It's a proximity thing.
Yeah,
it's a proximity thing. Up here, what are you going to call it? White on white crime in Glasgow?
Well, that I do know. There's black and black crime, but there doesn't appear to be any white on white crime, which is interesting.
No, it's no black and black. It's made up.
It's
made up. However, okay, young black men are stabbing young black men.
Yes. I don't think there's that about it.
To a higher degree, more than, not even more. It shouldn't be happening, but it's, I'm not going to say the word. I'm not going to use the word epidemic, but it's worrying.
But again,
it's worrying. So what are the police to do?
I told you.
Stop it, Serge.
Go back to training. Be made accountable. Those are two things.
I think the thing is, they've probably got enough training. The thing is, they're not made accountable enough.
Okay. Well, yeah. Make them accountable. If they mess up or they found treating kids in a way that they're not supposed to be, then they're supposed to be pay the price for it. They're in a position of authority, and.
But it would also help. I mean, you have, again, don't talk to the police and things like that.
But again, if you're being hassled by the police, if your only interaction, just like they have this mindset about black youths, why? Because that's probably the only time that they interact with black kids is when they're working and when the kids are giving them some kind of cheek or whatever.
So
Yeah, so the same thing with the police. So the same thing with the black youths. The only time they interact with the police, they have interaction with the police, is when they're being hassled and handcuffed and strung up. So yeah.
So we need what then? We need beat officers back, police. Dixon Dot Green back on our streets.
Well,
The local police officer.
Yeah, well maybe
who will get to know people and talk to them and get to know them, and what I mean.
Yeah. Well, that might be better if the local policeman takes that local attitude. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and tries to get to know the people. Then yeah. But all I'm saying at the moment, what's going on now, and again, you get these questions. I'll ask you this: can I walk away from a police officer?
I'd said no.
Why is that? Is that how life is then? Or if they walk up to you, you can't walk away? Easy?
Well, I tried to walk away when I was going to work that morning. And my man,
well, the reality is, unless you've done something wrong or they're looking to arrest you, then you can walk away. If they just say to you, hey, I want to ask you a question, you're not obliged to talk to them.
Yeah.
You're not obliged to.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
but as a law-abiding citizen, I would talk to them because I've got nothing to hide.
Yeah, but I guess if you're a young black youth who's been searched numerous occasions and all you know about the policeman is nothing good, then you may not want nothing to do with them. You may not want to do with them. So, and not only that, the law tells you that you don't have to, but obviously in reality you do. You're trying to walk away from a policeman, and yes, he's going to.
The law, right? The law tells you that you don't have to. The thing is, like the Silent Assassin says, not everybody's au fait with the law.
Yeah, but my point is that those who are they try to do that, they're just looked upon as being indignant or they're just being difficult, and they end up in more trouble. So even though in law or by law you don't have to give your name, as soon as you try to enforce that, then the police will get shocked with you. Before you know it, you'll be face down in the pavement, mate. So what if you don't wish to be searched? Roxanne?
I've just got a quick one for Easy.
Silent
Assassin says, Easy was a real road man. Back in the day, about he was a weapon.
Oh my God! Silent. Did you not hear me say I?
I'm looking for finish.
Blow out your candles.
Yeah, it's easy.
Take some pics, post on Instagram, Snapchat, crack that bottle of champagne.
Yeah, it's easy.
Anyway, look. Okay. Let me just address Silent Assassin for a split second here. I was joking when I said that. Trust you to go and pick up on that.
Of course.
Woman.
That's what she does.
Yeah.
That's what she does.
I thought we was having a Godfather battle.
She just wants to battle. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maximus Aurelius.
I think we're on the hour. Let's quickly go to a commercial break, yeah? So just hang in there. Hold that thought.
Are you ready?
Check out LN Soul Radio's website, where you can get the latest news, the best radio and TV shows, hot interviews, and the best presenters around. On www.lnsoulradio.com. Check it out now.
I wash my hands to protect my family.
I wear a face covering to protect my mates.
I make space to protect my colleagues. Hands.
Face.
Space.
I wash my hands to protect strangers.
I wear a face covering to protect other passengers.
I make space to protect you. Hands.
Face.
Space. As we spend more time indoors, we need to do whatever we can to help protect each other from coronavirus. So please, wash hands, cover face, make space.
The winter issue of Turning Point, your lifestyle, your well-being magazine. Coming through COVID, a Caribbean expose is out now. Your international luxury lifestyle magazine in print and digital format. Visit www.turningpointmag.com or call Esther Austin on 07534 508919.
Visit Cole's Art Gallery in London, located in Leicester Square. Exquisite, unique, and original Cuban art for sale, including the introduction of South London's best-kept secret, John Jew Days. Hard-to-find memorabilia and rare items for purchase. Cole's Art Gallery, 80 Charing Cross Road, London, WC2H0BG. Call 07985 112 190. Email info@colesart.co.uk or find us on Instagram @Cole's Art Gallery. We're open Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. till late, and Sunday, 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. Cole's Art Gallery, a rare place in the heart of London's West End.
Want to advertise your company on the radio, or if you are a new or existing business that wants potential new customers to be aware of your products, well, why not advertise on LNSO Radio, where you can increase your sales? We are an internet radio station with a difference, with over 20 years of experience. So if you want to advertise or sponsor one of the radio shows, why not call us on 07956 533 907. That's 07956 533 907. We offer competitively priced and cost-effective solutions for your business to reach out to potentially new customers. Whether your company is big or small, we cater for your company needs. If you would like a quote, the number once again is 07956 533 907. LNSO Radio, we love Neo Soul, is a station that delivers for you.
Ellen Soul Radio,
the internet radio station where Neo Soul lives.
Okay, let me read out the LNSO Radio weekly program schedule. Monday and Wednesday, 7 till 9, the Soul Groove Show with the music connoisseur Double Trouble, a show that lets the music do the talking. Sorry. Friday, 7 till 10, LNSO Radio's flagship program. Setting you up for a great weekend, playing the very best in neo soul and R&B. That's the Friday Night Mayhem Show with Anthony B and Mr. Carlos. Saturday 9 to 11, Angela Lee hosting the Angela Lee Talk Show, giving you the lowdown on all things uplifting, from entrepreneurship to meditation to great music. Straight after, from 11 to 1, the Pure Neo Soul Show with Anthony B, for those who love their neo soul neat, undiluted by other music genres. That's the Pure Neo Soul Show with Anthony B. And on Sunday, 9 to 11, start your day the right way with the Angela Lee's Chat Show, the program which equips us with the knowledge to obtain spiritual power, cope with the normal stresses of everyday life, and realize our own potential. Sunday, 11 to 1, the Soul Groove Show, the program which allows the silky smooth Anthony B to take us back to the 80s, recreating that moment in time when life was a little more carefree. And then Sunday, 6 till 7, yours truly, the Juxtaposition Debate with myself, Andre, Easy, and Roxanne, our no-holds-barred debate program on life, love, and everything in between. Heavy on opinion, passion, and banter. Straight after, 8 till 10, we will be entertained by Esther Austin Global, On the Sofa with Esther, where she will interview a host of well-known artists, past and present, all wrapped up in a bouquet of great music. So yeah, that's what we've got for LNSO Radio listeners. Roxanne?
Sorry. Yes. Have I got something to say?
You've always got something to say.
Hey, Roxanne, come on now.
But now Tracy has got something to say.
Tracy.
My son hates flying and was engaged to a Norwegian girl about 10 years back. He decided to go by coach, which took 36 hours. In Germany, the coach got stopped by the police, about 8 of them, and the sniffer dog got on and all the passengers had to get off. After a while, they let everyone back on, except my son. With rifles pointing at him, they searched him and then finally let him go. I had always instilled in my sons never to be afraid of the police, so he turned on the coach and steps and asked why he was searched and no one else was. He was told he looked the most suspicious.
Tell it like it is, boy.
Because he was the youngest on the coach and wearing a beanie. The coach had come from Glasgow and everyone was white on the coach apart from 2 Chinese men. And again, I said that's from Tracy. So that's Tracy's story.
Oh no, just gone quiet. And Tracy's son is white.
Yeah. Oh, imagine.
All right. Interesting.
Let me read you something.
Welcome to our world.
Yeah. Let me read you something. Okay, this is a young guy by the name of Seal. He's of Irish descent, brought up in Brent, North London, by his mum. His father died when he was young. So he said, I'm a reformed criminal. I used to carry a knife around all the time. When I was 16, I had an altercation with a guy. He had assaulted my girlfriend in a pub in North London. He hit her and she called me. It started as a fist fight, but then he started talking about going to get weapons, including guns. So I took up my knife, and I used it. He was injured quite badly. I was charged with attempted murder, but then it was reduced to GBH. I was 16. I was sentenced to 5 years in prison. My mum was absolutely devastated. The reason that most guys carry a knife or gun is fear. If you've got a nice watch or a nice chain, other people want to get hold of it. I carry mine in my pocket or waistline. If I was too young to buy one, I asked someone else to do it for me. I was living on a council estate and saw older kids with the best clothes and money, so I got involved. He goes on to say that being in a gang was like being in a family. We used to rob people for their phones or jewelry. So don't think so. So he was carrying it as a defense, and then he's joined the gang. Okay. So, but now he says, I feel like a scumbag when I remember how I behaved. He said, but it's what a lot of kids are doing now. I do not know how they can stop it. It might be impossible. It is a gang culture and it's growing. Because I spent half my teenage years in prison, I'm 20. I was 16 when I went to jail. I think I must have been 10 years old when I first used a knife.
10?
10.
Okay.
10. 10. 10. And there's loads of them. There's a guy here in Nottingham. He used it.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. But for me, I mean, those issues they stem from home. I'm gonna drop it right there. They stem from home. If you're at 10 and you're using a knife, I think your parents needed to have worked harder. Even though people are gonna say my parents, I know they did all they could. I don't know. I just think, yeah. As I said, if
you can't always blame the parents.
No, I'm not saying you can always blame the parents.
Oh, right, okay.
But if your child is not doing well at school and he's not at home after school or weekends, then yeah, as a parent, it is your job.
Oh yeah, I get you. Yeah, I agree with you.
Well, that alone will go a long way into keeping him off the road. There's no doubt that education is the key in stopping boys from joining gangs. If you've got some alternative, i.e. qualifications, and you can get a job, a lot of them guys won't bother. It's the other way around. When you're not dumb, you're quite smart, but for whatever reason, you don't have qualifications, you don't have the opportunity to get work, and then you're frustrated, then you've got to do something to make money, you've got to live somehow, and then you start doing alternatives.
And so they take the easy route.
Well, it's the only route left to them, probably, I guess. Well, no, I'm wrong. No, it's not the only route. Yes.
They take the easy route.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the easy route. It's the short term thinking route. I mean, it ain't easy to go back and study, especially if you're past the age. You've got to get that money to study. I don't think it's free, so it's just not easy to go back and study at all. But
I was a victim of crime, of a knife crime. In fact, and I've been. It's happened twice. Not with me. Once with me, and once with somebody else. I'm not going to mention somebody else.
Okay.
And this was what 2008 Christmas night. I think you know it anyway. You know the ins and outs of the story. Trust me, when you get, and the thing is as well, you got the adrenaline running through you. You don't even feel it.
Yeah.
I remember in my own kitchen, the ambulance driver with a police officer told me to take off my shirt. I went, and I was going, what for? And he says, because I want to see if you've been stabbed anywhere else. He said, because you won't even know. Because I was in a tussle with a guy in my own house. This guy came into my own house.
Yeah.
Came with a knife, and like I said, you don't recall where he hit you.
Yeah.
So forth. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this thing, yeah. So yeah, I can say I'm kind of I am kind of passionate with regards to it. Like I said, the other occasion was much worse.
All right.
Okay. And it involved a family member. So yeah, cold steel and skin. Touchy subject with me. So again, young guys, young kids are using. They want to pick up a knife for a supposed protection. What are the police to do with regards to the stabbings and the other stuff that's going on related to it? Let's forget London. Let's just talk about it as a nationwide thing. What are they to do? The police are what they should do is right. It should be impartial, but it's not. And I guess with regards to the Met Police, until we get 50,000 Black and Asian applicants applying in one week, nothing's going to change.
Well,
nothing's going to change, but something needs to be done.
Yeah, but don't forget, this
every stop and search.
It's been happening. It's not new. It's not a new thing. But so is it working? Obviously, it's not working because it's more than now than ever. You just said so yourself. It's more now than ever. So obviously, it's not working. All it's doing is making the gap between the police and the younger community even wider. That's all it's doing. It doesn't appear to be doing anything. It says here.
When was the last time you went carnival?
No, I don't go carnival anymore, bro.
Why is that?
I don't like the way it's turned. It's now become a place where
it's commercial.
Well, not just commercial. The police have taken it over. The last time here's why I stopped going. The last time I went, I was trying to get to the train station to go home. The train station was about 50 yards on my right. But the police had cornered everything and put barriers up, so you had to walk about 3 miles down to come 3 miles up.
Yeah, they've done it for years. Where you come out of one station, you go to one station, but you come out. They've done it for a good few years. They've done it a good few years.
You just feel like cattle now when I'm there. Just feel like cattle.
Yeah, I stopped going. You know what? I miss it, but I stopped going because the fact that, number one, it did get commercial. But and a lot of my friends will tell you this. You just didn't know when something's going to kick off.
Oh, it was always like that. As a youth, I remember going there as a youth, and as soon as it starts getting dark, but except those days, it was more the youth against the police. Now, as you're saying, is you just don't know what could happen.
Well, it's funny you said that. Funny you said, because the first time that was, I think it was 76. My mum took us to carnival, and I remember she had us braces against the wall while the battling was going on.
Yeah.
But like you say, nowadays it's you step on someone's corn, and next thing you know.
Okay, you say that. Stepping on someone's foot was a big issue when we were young.
Yeah, I know, but you apologize. You know, now that you could apologize, and someone
Say
still,
that because
someone still show you Sheffield still.
Our mantra was, if you step on someone's foot in a dance, that you don't stop, you keep moving. That was our mantra, because if you stop and the guy gets you, that's how you end up in fights.
Yeah.
So crazy as it sounds now, that was one of those things a man would fight you for stepping on his Crocs.
Yeah, of course. But step on his exactly. He's stepping on his Crocs. Yeah, or spill drink on his Farrahs or whatever. Yeah, but you know what I mean? What do the police do? What do we do? Well, yes, we need to hold them accountable. Okay, but that's going to take whatever it's going to take. Okay.
Right. Well, again, let me just quickly read this out.
I've still got nothing to say.
It was the indiscrimination and heavy-handed approach to the use of the sus law in London that led to the Brixton disturbance in 1981.
That's correct.
The mounting complaints led to sus being a major issue reviewed by Lord Scarman. The subsequent report, the Scarman report, recommended the replacement of sus. Sus was repealed and then replaced with a newer power of stop and search, SAS, in the Police and Criminal Evidence Act. So my question is this, because now we know that it's coming back. We know it's coming back. They're now doing, as I said, not only are they doing stop and search, but they're now looking to allow police to not even have, in some areas, interestingly, not even have probable cause, just to be able to stop it. So my question is this, if it didn't work then, why would it work now? And also, Easy, I'm assuming you know the definition of insanity, yeah?
Yeah, sitting there listening to you.
trying to argue with me.
When I could be doing something.
Trying to argue with me, bro. That's the definition of insanity. And I'm doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Also, the definition of sanity. So, so we've been doing this. The stop and search isn't new. It obviously isn't working, but yet we continue to do it. So, and again, it looks to me, according to you, the reason why we're continuing to do it isn't because we think it works. It seems to be quite clear that we don't really believe it works. Not only that, we seem to be quite clear that the police are abusing the power, but we think they should do it because we haven't got any other ideas of what they should do.
Short of flooding the police with, short of flooding the place with police, okay, what do we do? We got other things.
You touched on something already. Community policing. You touched on something. More policing, visiting schools. Visiting schools. Roxanne?
Yes, I'll talk.
Yeah, more police visiting schools and stuff like that. To me, those are things that should be done.
In America, what they do is they actually have accident and emergency surgeons come in and talk. Yeah, and talk to. We need that. We that's what we need.
Yes, or anything.
We need. Yeah. Sorry, go on, Roxanne.
The stop and search is needed. I agree, Easy, but it needs to be done properly. Here in Scotland, we don't have a great big black community like in London, and I think it was there, the police would direct their attention in that direction, which is very, very wrong. Instead of stopping Rory MacDonald and his mates, who is the crime breaker, because the little baskets get away with a pat on the head and get told to go their way, son.
Hold on. Go on.
Very wrong, and it rifles the hell out of me. That's from Brian.
You know what? I knew Brian was going to say something, you know. I knew Brian was going to say something, but let me ask you a question.
So, Could someone just quantify, what did he say in short? I didn't quite understand what he was saying.
Yeah. Go on, Roxanne.
Rory MacDonald and his mates, who crime breaker, because the little baskets get away with a pat on the head and get told to go their way, son. Very wrong.
Did he use the word basket with a D on the end?
No.
No,
Really?
just baskets.
Oh, okay. Baskets. Who gets called? Oi, come here, you little basket. You don't get called that.
But he knows, so we couldn't use any other words.
Of course.
Of course we can. Okay, with regards to crime, I mean, at one point, as I'm assuming some people will know, Glasgow was the knife crime capital of the UK.
Indeed.
Now, in some ways, they've stemmed it.
In some ways, they what?
They've stemmed it. They have.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how do they do that?
Police interaction, and they, one of the things they did, or probably they still do, is actually they take young adults to court, an empty court, but they show them this is where they could end up.
Okay.
If they pursue, if they go down the wrong road, or decide to carry a knife and get caught. So, but they still do stop and they still.
Yeah, I read that Glasgow, they didn't take the stop and search approach, but I don't know if I got it in my notes.
But something, like I said, something needs to be done. If it's not stop and search, like I said, it could well be a case of flooding the streets with community police and whoever. But something needs to be done with regards to what's going on. I nearly said, well, my mum's what, 84. She ain't scared of nothing. So, but no, I'm talking about my mum I'm talking about people, my friends growing up, still down there in Peckham and Brixton and what have you. They worry.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you shouldn't be worried, or even that I am not worried. I'm just not sure if allowing those who we already know abuse the powers and just saying, have more powers or keep doing what you're doing. I just don't think that really resolved the problem. It might make us feel a little bit better, but we know it's not solving the problems because they've always had the power, and kids are still dying by the day or by the week or whatever it is. So I just don't understand why we think that giving them the power or letting them continue to do what they're doing is the way forward, because it's obviously not. It hasn't resolved anything. And it's not a week or a month or a year that they've had that power. They've always had it and they've done nothing with it, nothing good. It hasn't resolved anything. Are you trying to...
Silent Assassin says, these bad boy and roadman of today need to educate themselves, raise their self-esteem. They need to want better for themselves. But sadly, some of the mindset of the youth is live fast, die young. Is stop being used to save lives or meet quotas.
What's the last sentence?
Is stop.
Stop and search being used to
save lives or meet quotas.
Well, that's my question. Statistics tell us that it's not really doing what it's supposed to do. Statistics also tell us that police aren't using it how they're supposed to use it. So with both of those combined, I just still question whether or not... So it's...
So
again, don't get me wrong, I definitely not talking about disabandoning the police or anything like that, but I just don't see how the stop and search is doing what we wanted to do. Go, Roxanne.
So the devil in disguise says, if it stops just one knife crime, then it helps.
I was waiting for that line to come out.
And I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, you see, well, here's the reality. First and foremost, we don't even know that it does. We don't know. Just because you stopped a guy and take away his knife and send him to prison, you don't really know that it's not every guy who carries a knife is going to kill somebody. That's the reality of it as well.
But it's reducing the chances.
Yeah, exactly. It does. It does.
All right, so here's what we should do then. We should give everybody some sort of psychiatric test at 6 years old, 7 years old. And any of them who fail, we should lock them up. That would even better reduce the chances of knife crime. So why don't we do that then? Well, I mean,
that's a tad extreme now. Come on.
See, that's a tad extreme. Today it's a tad extreme. Next year, who knows? Or 5 years from now, who knows? I mean,
We're talking about.
I just don't think that
are we
you're basically saying, okay, look, we're going to continue these guys, whatever the problems they're having. The fact that we know that they're being picked on at 12, or they're being put in handcuffs at 12, and some of them pushed around, and it's having a bad effect on the relationship between youths and police, which makes the youths do things, rebel against the police, not cooperate with the police, which slows down the police being able to solve crimes, all those things. But with all that, you say, okay, let's forget all that. We still want them to continue doing what they're doing, because if it stops one, that's just such a, talk about a cliche. If it stops just one person, then it's a job well done. I don't know. I just think it's a little bit more.
Yeah, but that one person could be you.
Yeah, I hear that. It could be, but I just think it's. Well, what about all the lives that it damages? What about all of the boys who are angry at the way that they're being treated, who end up doing silly things themselves?
Yeah, you raise a good point.
I think it's a great line. I'm just not sure if it's the answer. So basically, yeah, you're happy for stop and search to continue as it is then. Institutional racism.
Look. Stop and search. Listen, it is flawed. Don't get me wrong, it's flawed.
But you're happy for it to continue.
But what else do we have? Well, you
mentioned a few things a minute ago.
Yeah, I did, but they're not being done. They're not being utilised.
Yeah. But I'm just saying. But those are the things that can be done.
They need to be brought into play. Okay, what Silent Assassin said. Silent Assassin has come with two brilliant points.
What's that?
With regards to the young people themselves.
What's that?
With regards to wanting to live fast.
Yeah.
It's true. Okay.
No faster than we did.
And so what?
No faster than we did. Our parents would have been saying the same thing about us. Every generation we get that. I don't know how this next generation is going to manage. How do they? I wasn't like that when I was a child. Every generation thinks that. Our parents thought about that. Us. We think that about the next generation. The next generation, they'll think that about their kids, and that's just how it is. But
this generation of kids are flashing blades like they're Zorro.
No, it's not. It's just a small minority. The press make you think that, but it isn't. How many blades has your kid flashed? You got kids?
Not one.
Well, say
Not
one. Yeah, I got kids. As far as I'm aware, you ain't flashing no blades.
There you go. As far as you're aware. In fact, I could say the same thing. As far as
I always say that. But I'm pretty sure he's doing well at school.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that. But my point is that Oh, sorry. Was that? Sorry, Roxanne. I heard that sound in the background.
I was going to say, this is a text from someone in authority.
Oh yeah.
This is the ex-chief constable of Clyde Valley, H. Scott.
Is this true?
Yes. Am I going to lie to you? When I was a young constable, guys I trained with who got stationed in London used to say it was bragged about the notches on the bedpost. There are not enough police in the streets. There is not enough funding, and therefore law enforcement is dying, and all the killing people.
Was that last line?
And all this killing people, sorry.
And all this.
Oh. There is not enough funding, and therefore law enforcement is dying, and all this killing people.
Okay, all this is killing people. All right, and who was that?
The ex-chief constable of Clyde Valley, H. Scott. So try and argue with him.
No, I agree with everything he said. I agree. If I didn't agree, I'd say. But
hold on. Whoa. You agree with the police?
Well, I definitely don't I don't think we should be talking about decommissioning the police or taking funds away from the police. I think he's totally right. My concern is just the things that I'm saying that stop and search doesn't appear to be working, and it does appear to be having a detrimental effect on a lot of the kids, just like it was having a detrimental effect on us. And you end up with another section of youths who grew up either hating the police or fearing the police or both. No respect for the police. That's what you end up with. And that's not good for anybody.
Did we respect the police growing up?
Did we respect the police? I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't respect them.
Yeah, at some point. So yeah.
Do you respect them now?
Oh man, okay, that's the. I expect what they stand for. I respect what they stand for, but I still see. You know, you can look on any YouTube video and see how they treat youngsters and stuff like that. I don't get hassled from them anymore because I just go to where I'm going, come home. But I guess if I was spending more time on the road, I'd be getting it too. But no, but I can't say I respect. I respect what they do and what they try to do, but there's like everything else. There's just too many. I see too many
failures.
Bad cops. Just like them, they're going to tell you they don't certainly dislike black people or dislike youngsters, but they will have seen too many that are doing the wrong things, so they lump them all the same.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing then.
And it's flipping outside. Yeah. I mean, for me, moving up here. Sorry, go on, sorry.
Silent Assassin says, do you think in light of recent events, stop and search is being used to make sure that white males working in the police are being profiled and stopped and searched also to prevent further deaths? Because if it does, it stops one. Because if it stops one, yeah.
That's the question. Oh, she's saying the same thing. If it stops one, ... I guess saying the same thing. If it stops one, then it's a job done. Again, it's a great line, and yeah, probably easy for me to say. But again, if that's the case, then yes. Then where do you draw the line? Then, as I said, you could make sure then that that police can start going door to door. Then why can't police start going door to door and searching people's houses? That's normally where you'd find them. Search them, they've got drugs. Why don't you get them to do that then? That would reduce it even more, wouldn't it? Easy?
Well, just rolling up at someone's door.
Well, the same way you can roll up in someone's face and search him. Yeah, if they're the police. If it saves just one, easy. If it saves just one.
Don't even go there with the save just one. Don't even. Do you know, I'm going to say something. I mean, I think the last time I got stopped in London was a few years ago. Okay. I went down. Do you know I've never been stopped here?
Yeah. I mean, since
in 21 going on 22 years, I have not been stopped once.
Yeah.
The police, dare I say this, the police up here. With no doubt they've got idiots in their ranks and what have you. Likewise with everything, but I've never been stopped here, not once. They drive past me, they say hello to me, stop and chat with me,
stop and search you.
No, I just told you.
Let's have a chat. Where you going, son?
I've just left your mother's. I told the last one.
I've not met you before, sir.
I mean, it's a crazy situation. It is a crazy situation that I've grew up in South London. Like I say, got stopped every other minute. It was maddening. You get vexed with the police. You don't like the police, but if there's something went down, that's the first person you call. Up here, I've never been, like I said, I've never been stopped with my interactions with the police have always been, and dare I say, have been positive.
Okay.
Been positive, and I guess it's a case of I look past the uniform and think, okay, this man is coming at me in a proper manner.
All right, but it's when he does
the manner I expect, the manner I would want.
All right, yeah. With that said, I'm going to quickly run two clips. Listen to this one. Hope you can hear it. Oh.
Very vague at the moment. We've got IC3 male, IC1 female, approximately mid-20s, both in dark clothing, seen making away from the address. Very vague at the moment.
Can you hear?
Afternoon.
You're right. Stop you a second. I just want to have a quick chat with you. My name's SC Cliff and I'm from Force Headquarters based here. This is my colleague, Special Sergeant Howe. You're not being stopped for the purpose of a search. I just want to ask you a couple of questions.
Stop an account is when an officer stops you and may ask you what you're doing, why you're in the area or where you're going, or what you're carrying. Stop an account is not the same as stop and search. You don't have to answer the questions. However, it's best you do so in order to ease the situation.
I had information about a recent burglary with two people matching the description, one being a dual heritage male in dark clothing and white female in dark clothing. And which way did you come from?
Just through the alley at the shortcut.
Right, okay. And would you normally use this way, or is this the normal way that you'd normally come?
No.
So why did you come this way then?
Because we're running late.
Okay.
You are within your rights to film a stop and search, and you're able to ask for a receipt to be issued by the officers at the end of the search, recording what took place and why. However, if the officers are called away to an urgent matter somewhere else, they do not have to provide a receipt.
Since you've come from the direction in which the burglary's happened, and since you match our description, you two are now detained for a search. Do you have any questions at this stage?
No. Just for the purposes of this stop search, I will be recording this on body-worn video.
In that case, is it okay to film from my phone?
Okay, are we recording?
Yep.
Great. Now, just for the purpose of the recording, to be clear, I've detained you both under Section 1 of PACE for a stop search. My name's Special Sergeant Gareth Howell and I operate at Byron Police Station. My collar number is 5017.
When a stop and search is conducted, officers must say their name, collar number and their station. If not in uniform, they must show you a warrant card.
In order for the stop and search to be lawful, you must be informed of the grounds of the search and they must be communicated to you clearly.
Now, do you have anything on you that might hurt you or harm you in any way, yourselves or my colleague?
I am the weapon.
Okay, so yeah, so I had to stop there very quickly because we're running a little bit low on time. But you get a rough gist of how it's supposed to be, yeah?
How it's supposed to be, exactly how it's supposed to be.
Okay, now here, listen to this one then.
Okay, buddy. Listen, if I'm being detained or not, I'm walking away. Am I being detained or not? Am I being detained or not?
At the moment, I'm asking you under COVID.
Am I being detained or not? Am I being detained or not?
Okay, listen.
Am I being?
Have you got a reason to be out?
Are you stopping me from leaving? Are you stopping me from leaving? So you're stopping me from? So you're detaining me?
I'm stopping you to ask you a reason.
No, I don't want to talk. I want to. Why did you try to grab my phone when the camera was off? Listen, is it your phone? Is it my phone? Yes, it's my phone. So why do you try and grab my phone?
Listen, you film all you want.
So what? Okay, so are you lot social distancing?
Unfortunately, we're working, aren't we? What are you doing?
So are you lot social distancing?
Listen, we are in a van together.
What am I doing? I've seen like 12 of you in a van.
Yeah. Wait.
So why? What's the reason for the search?
Okay, it's a Section 16.
What's the reason?
For anticipated violence. Okay.
Anticipated violence.
On the Borough of Brent.
Why do you think I'm going to be violent?
Okay.
When I've just simply asked you if you're detaining me, and I've tried to walk away.
Information has received that people are carrying weapons. Okay.
People are carrying.
So did you hear that? So first it was for violence, now it's for weapons. But I can keep going. But
No. My guy, the young black guy, was brilliant.
Yeah. For a youngster, he wasn't bad.
He wasn't. It's not because he wasn't bad. He was brilliant because the policeman kept tripping. He was tripping up. The other audio you played, was how we would like it to be.
Right. Yes. How it's supposed to be. Yes.
Yes, how it's supposed to be.
Right,
but alas, we're talking about the human. We're talking about the human element here.
Right. Exactly. You know? Exactly. So, and that clip, which I could show you, there's lots more to it. That is just obviously one of thousands. It just happened that he audio clipped it, he videoed it.
But then again, I see the thing is I've said for quite a while with regards to being stopped wrongly by the police. And again, I can't speak about it up here because, like I said, I've not had any drama with the police up here. Every time I've had
that's like the guys who say, "Oh, I don't."
No, but I'm saying,
the fact that you're living in Scotland and you're not getting it, that doesn't mean that you. I mean,
no,
even from my talk.
I'm about to say, okay, but when I'm in London, of course, still,
Yeah.
the police still cruise past you at 5 miles an hour. As they stare at you. Or they,
you look back at them too long, they're going to stop on that.
And there you go. All of a sudden, they're doing a U-turn in the middle of, the Brixton Hill for no reason.
Silent Assassin says, Do you think that the police are profiling themselves in light of the murder?
In the light of the profiling
Of this
themselves.
murder, in the light of this murder?
Which murder?
Ah, you mean the one with the young lady? The young lady, Sarah Everard.
Yeah.
That's right.
What does that mean by profiling themselves?
No, Silent. I don't think they are.
Right, no way.
I think that they probably stunned it was a policeman.
All right. Yeah.
They probably stunned it was a policeman.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if they do it by the book, and I mean they throw the book at this geezer.
Well, they probably will.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Okay, then I guess it will make them look just that little bit better than they did the day before.
Exactly. So that's what they'll do. Yeah, they'll do that.
I didn't even write it. That was straight from the heart. That was all straight from the heart. No little applause, no nothing. You lot are fickle, man. Fickle.
Silent goes on to say, "Easy, you are in a minority." Right. She just called your name. That's all. I just right.
Yeah, but you know what? But did I say this? It's like I feel like it's my mum. As soon as I hear my name called, like, oh no.
Easy, you are in a minority in Scotland. You are no threat to the force. Lone roadman in Scotland are a friend of the police.
Hey.
So which one am I? Am I roadman or am I not roadman? According to her, which one is it?
You're roadman.
No, tell her. Listen, Silent. I'm on a hiatus. Okay, I'm on a hiatus. Just cool your jets.
Cool your jets, man. Yeah. But how come I'm not saying Glasgow? It's in Glasgow until recently the so-called murder capital of Europe.
Yep.
With acute levels of knife crime, a violence reduction unit was set up in 2005, taking an arm's length relationship with the police. The unit has adopted a holistic.
I know what you meant.
Public health approach to the issue. You see, so my point is, they've reduced the numbers, but not by stop and search. They've used other means. Yeah, and social sectors, working with the health, education, and social work sectors, shifting away from seeing the problem as purely a criminal issue. The result, a substantial reduction in the number of children and teenagers killed by knives. So
could it work down south?
Well, what we do know is that stop and search doesn't work. We know that.
We won't know until we try.
Right, exactly. We know but we do know stop and search doesn't work. We know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roxanne?
Yeah, going back to one of your what you've said a little while ago, Easy. We've had the devil in disguise. She's come back and she says, "Yeah, door to door might stop spousal abuse too, huh?"
No, that wasn't me. That was Andre who said about door to door. Yeah, it was door to.
All right. So what are we saying then? Are we saying that?
Wait, Roxanne, are you trying to say all of us look alike? Is that what you're trying to say? Huh?
Yeah, pretty much so.
But yeah, so what's Silent?
No, that's devil in disguise.
Dee. What's Dee saying then? She's saying that yes, we should have door to door, please open the door and just
yeah.
You see, so okay, so then I'll go back to my one then about doing the psychiatric test then at 6 and just locking them up there. I mean, why not? Let's do that. Why not? Well, where's it going to end? If we can have police now knocking at people's door and stepping in as and when they feel, then yeah, why not?
If you haven't got anything on you, then I don't see the problem unless you got something to hide. And that's from Kim Ling. And I agree with you, Kim.
Yeah. Except that after a while, I guess it becomes tiresome when you're constantly profiled and you know it's for no other reason than because of how you look and you're constantly stopped.
Like I said, you're even for wearing a hoodie.
Yeah. Imagine that at our age, if it was still happening to us at our age. You walk with your family and you get stopped by the police, and in front of the family, you're going to get searched and stuff like that. How long would it be before you
I would be coming from so many policemen's wives' houses. It'll be older mum's house. It would be unreal.
No, the old back door routine. Oh, easy.
I'd have to get sponsored by Adidas.
There's going to be another route.
Really? if that was the case, but yeah, it's
yeah. After a while, it gets you. It would.
Of course, it would niggle you. It would be.
Yeah, especially as you said, if you've got nothing to hide. After a while,
you would. Yeah, you're going there and you're expected to get stopped. You know you're going to get stopped.
Yeah.
Of course.
So then you start getting hostile after a while.
You're going to be belligerent. Of course you are. What you stopped me for?
Belligerent. You would be.
What you stopped me for? What you stopped me for?
Yeah.
You do.
I got stopped yesterday.
Yeah, by you.
Right.
By you. You know, yes, I get that. I do get that, obviously. You know?
All right, looks like we've got 10 minutes to go. So I think with that, we should go to a break.
The next time you're asked, what's your favourite position? Tell them it's the juxtaposition. Because there are two sides to every story.
All right. It's that time. Yeah. 10 minutes ago. I'm going to call it a day. Yeah. Cool. I've got anything else you want to say before I go into exit? 10 minutes.
No. I was just going to ask you if you're going to go out and find a whole lot of 6-year-olds and start dropping some tests on them, some crazy tests.
Well, no. I'm thinking about the idea of getting police to start knocking them door to door like Gestapo. I mean, busting down doors according to DD. That's fine. If it just saves one woman.
Oh, stop! Yeah, stop that! No, stop that! That's come on now.
No, I'm trying to say yes.
Yeah, the ends justifies the means.
The ends justifies the means. You see? Yeah.
Well, you know what, Roxanne? That was a good. Well, I like that one. You know, that was a good one.
No, but that's just it. The end doesn't always justify the means.
Yeah.
Saving one life.
Just one.
Yeah.
Then I agree. Then yeah. So yeah, we could start doing psychiatric tests, and if you're prone to be a rapist or a murderer, then yeah, we can have you chemically castrated beforehand, couldn't we?
Yep.
Wow.
Hey, that's an emotive subject, mate. Come on.
Yeah, obviously.
Especially after what happened last
week.
week.
What if that person, if it's a mistake, that person just was never going to be, they just failed the test? Oh yeah, if it saves one, then they're just collateral damage, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wow. See the world we're living in. You see the world we're living in.
No, you see what you started. That's what you started.
Isn't it?
Roxanne, devil in disguise. Go, Roxanne!
Yeah, it's home time. You know the story. I'm not angry. I'm not bitter. Right, okay, yeah. No, I think we're coming to the end. It's that time. Easy.
Yes,
Final thoughts.
I have none. I'm talked out, mate. You know what? Look. Like I said, it's not perfect. It's not perfect, and until we have, but until we have the perfect solution, whereby young gentlemen are not killing themselves or they're guided away from gang culture. You know what I mean?
All those police who do that, they could be used to do something better. They could be used to be doing something better, but instead we're wasting them, hassling youngsters. That doesn't make sense to me. But my final thoughts: the police having the power to stop a search, those believed to have broken the law, it's a good thing. In practice, it is anyway. But they've shown time and time again that they're simply unable to handle such powers. And as you know, Easy, as someone once said, someone great once said, what did they say? With great power.
What did I say? What did I say?
I know you. With great power comes great responsibility. Didn't Amazing Man say that?
Was it my dad? No, I can't remember who it was. Who was it?
I think it was Stan Lee or Spider-Man. One of them.
Oh god!
It was one of them. Still, yeah. With great power comes great responsibility, mate. Come on.
I think you find it was someone a bit more presidential than that.
Peter
Parker. It was Peter Parker, was it? Peter Parker.
So anyway, it's that time. The program's going to close. What time is it? Yeah, we've got 6 minutes then. So as always, I've got to say thanks to all you silent listeners who tune into LNSL Radio to listen to the Juxtaposition Programme. It's because of you why we are here. Yep, thanks to all those who reach out to us via phone, text, and email. Interacting with you pushes this program to another level. Hopefully we can get together again next week, same time, same place, Sunday, 6 to 8, here on LNSO Radio, where Neo Soul, R&B, and chat lives. And don't forget, straight after us, stay tuned and relax on the sofa with Esther Austin Global from 8 till 10. Easy?
Yep.
Can I say goodbye?
Goodbye, everybody. Take care. Stay safe. We'll catch you next week. Oh, and Vivian, I hope you listen.
Yeah. Yep. Roxy?
Good night, everyone.
Ooh, short and sweet.
Yep.
Just like you.
Yes.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, but I echo, she says, Viv, get well soon. My name's Andre, and you've been listening to the Juxtaposition Debate, because there are two sides to every story. Stay blessed, everyone. It's been emotional.